what do you know about feeding catfish and tilapia? Yeah, you know, catfish is a new baby on the market, and we have to understand the feeding of catfish. So, despite the fact that catfish feeds on a variety of food sources, but we need to know how and when and what type of feed it should be given. Okay, so if catfish feeds on a variety of food sources, but when we consider the commercial compounded feed, the commercially compounded feed, we need to have a standard feeding procedure. So catfish normally they are very shy fish during the day. They are not very active. They are hiding down. So we don't do much of the feeding during the day, and we schedule some feedings during the day and a lot of feeding schedules in the evening and night, because this is when they are very active, and this is when they can encounter a lot of meetings with the food particles that we put in the pond. So we need to understand when do we have to feed the catfish and how much quantity we have to feed them, and why do we have to feed them in those times with those differences in terms of quantities. This is one thing we need to understand. If it's a tilapia, we need to understand also that the tilapia only feeds during the day. During the night, they have almost zero response to external food. Yes, when there is visibility, they can eat, but they don't really eat during the night. Okay, so we need to understand that, and we need to understand that tilapia is limited to the quantity or the qualities of food that they can eat. If the quality of the food is very poor, tilapia cannot perform better. So we need to also put into perspective that tilapia requires proper aeration in the pond as compared to the catfish. So these two guys they have different performances, and their efficiencies in the manner they utilize the food resources is different. Catfish requires very low oxygen levels, can survive there, but if there is more oxygen, they will do excellently well. Tilapia, if the oxygen levels are very low, they cannot eat, they cannot break down food, they will not just be happy, they will start stressing out, and they can easily die. So these two fish species have their own advantages. So if we want to explore one of them, we need to understand their biology and their nutritional requirement.